Okay, so we're all in agreement that these are the same three supply and demand curves, right? And we have to label our axes price and quantity. Price and quantity. Price and quantity. And so we are told that we have this, well, actually, we're not told. The first step in our process is to label our initial equilibrium. So this graph up here, I'm going to do shifts that are exactly the same size. So we have a demand increase, and then we have a supply decrease. So now our new equilibrium is up here, right? We're all clear on that? So that's the two ones, S2 and D2. And then this is going to be P double star. And then, so the way that I drew it, it looks like it's right on top of the old Q star, right? And that should be like a big red flag. When you see that, we should be like, oh man, that's a red flag. Because it's never exactly the same. So that's telling me that my change in my quantity is ambiguous. Now, why? Let's go ahead and go to these. So if we have a huge demand shift, and then we have a small supply shift, now when we label this new equilibrium, right, where the S2 meets the D2, boop, now we see P double star is an increase just like we had before. But now, because of the way we drew it, and we were not told that the demand is going to shift by significantly larger than the supply shift, but we just drew it that way. So now, as a result, we are erroneously going to think that the quantity increased when it did not. And how do we know that it did not? I mean, we don't know. It's more information is needed, right? It's ambiguous or more information is needed. And so the other way that we could draw this is we could draw it with a huge supply shift inwards and a very tiny demand shift outwards. And if we were to do that, now our new equilibrium where the S2 meets the D2 is up here. So the thing is in all three of these, our price is increasing, right? But in one of them, the quantity is decreasing. Again, it's not actually, we're just drawing it that way, erroneously. In another one, the quantity is increasing, erroneously. And another one, the quantity is right on top of the old quantity, again, erroneously. So it's never going to be that it's equal to it or greater than, right? So it just, when it's contingent on the way that you draw the graph, it's then ambiguous. Does that make sense now? Okay. So that was part one of knowing how to solve the question. The other part was realizing that it was the same thing over and over again on the board, right? Which wasn't exactly clear. So.